Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm joined by Jim Fufas, the CEO and founder of Scaper Team. Scaper Team is a marketing agency doing 50, 60K a month and on the road to hit 250 a month. Jim, why don't you present yourself much better than I just did?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm a 19-year-old entrepreneur. I run the company called Scaper Team. We basically help outdoor space contractors with marketing and basically everything. So we call all of their leads, we set up all of the appointments, and then we also on the back end help all of our partners scale. So we run all of the systems, help them with sales and all that stuff. And yeah, currently we are doing about 50k per month, and that's going to grow pretty soon. Our aim or our goal is to get to about 250k. Yeah, at our peak we had about 15 to 16 team members. Now we've kind of slimmed down a little bit. We only have like the A players with us, and yeah, Andreas is definitely one of them. So that's yeah, an introduction about me and the company.
Okay, awesome, man. First off, yeah, I want to thank you very much for joining me on this short client interview. And I think, yeah, why don't you like tell us a little bit more about where you were like before we started our partnership? That's like 2 months ago today,
Yep.
I think, about 2 months ago. And yeah, just where you were before, what you were doing, what were like the main bottlenecks.
Mm, absolutely. So about 2 months ago, um, we were struggling a lot with everything was very messy. It was really that point where we were signing a lot of clients, but it was very, very messy. It was like onboarding when we were signing new clients. No one had any ideas of what to do, who was going to do what. We had like five different team members doing different things every single time we signed a client. And just that alone is very, very like, it's very messy. And it's like a saying that people say in the agency space is like the right hand is not talking to the left hand, and that was literally what we were facing. Also in a little bit of like tracking, we didn't really have any good place with everything. It was very spread out. It was very, very messy. So we were really under that stage of like growing, 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 but we didn't really have the systems and I'd say automations, both to both like systems in terms of automations, but then also systems for our team members.
Yeah.
So as an example, like the different Slack automations, we did have a lot of automations, but it wasn't to the level where it's like, okay, new Monday task is created with the updates from the onboarding call in the board, like a summarization. Like we didn't have stuff like that, and at scale, it became very, very messy. And yeah, that was kind of the biggest problems we faced.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like that was kind of the impression when I got onboarded. It was, by the way, an amazing onboarding I got
Yeah.
into the team and into the whole thing. Um, that was also kind of the impression that I got, that it was like kind of messy and things were going really well. But yeah, as you say, the right hand wasn't talking to the left hand, but it
Yeah.
was scaling really, really fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think to give the viewer a bit of context, we have um, how do you say that, like a friend in common in Camera England and also Thor. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so I want to ask you, like, what got you to reach out to me and not someone else?
I would say because I needed something really good. I had a tech person full time on my team only for me. But it got to a point where it's like I'm willing to pay more for quality, and I'm willing to pay more to actually build oh sorry, to build everything instead of just like getting things done 50% or 60% or even 90%. I just wanted to be able to really be like, okay, I want to get these things done. Let's get them done. And I would say that's the main thing that got me to reach out. Um, yeah, because and that's also something a little bit on me because the tech person that we had on our team, it was the first kind of tech role in this sort of company. So everything that we built out was really from scratch. So it's like all of the sheets, and we use Google Sheets at the time. Now we are kind of switching over to Airtable, but with the Google Sheets, it was like we built everything out from scratch and everything was just breaking. So he wasn't really focused on getting like building more trackers or tracking numbers accurately or making sure that we have the right data. It was more like, how do we fix these automations that are breaking? So that was kind of why I wanted to reach out to someone like you.
Okay, awesome. And actually, I'm quite curious. Did you hear about me from Cameron, or I don't know if I ever asked you that?
Yeah, so I run a couple of calls in Cameron's community, and I actually found you through one of the call recordings in there. So I was looking for an automation expert at the time, and I saw your name, and it said like Skit Systems, and I pressed your website. I saw that you made systems, and I just sent you a Slack message, and then we hopped on a call, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. And yeah, I think it's been amazing 2 months since we went into the partnership and everything. And personally, I've learned a lot about being like a part of something bigger and a part of like an agency really wanting to scale fast. And yeah, also the whole thing like being part of a team in another way, because I'm only like always mostly by myself. But
Right.
yeah, being part of a team and seeing you lead the team has been amazing, and I've learned a lot
Thank
as
you.
well. So yeah, you're a great leader, man. And
Thank you very much.
yeah, so can you like elaborate on how you feel the process have been? Like now we got the context, we got the how our relationship is, and like how do you feel the process has been ongoing?
Yeah, I would say it's been really good. One problem that I had in the past when dealing with like tech in general was I always had to give way more information. I had to really be like, I had to provide information on everything. But the good thing was you kind of understood the approach that we had before you joined, and also like with the experience that you already have. So when we were building out systems, the questions that you needed answers to were actually like, okay, yeah, you need this information to build this out. And it was very easy to be like, I can just tell you, I can send you a Slack message with an idea, and you know what I'm talking about, and you can start building stuff out. And that's also something I really, really like, because it takes like having tech people or having an automation expert or someone on your team, like operations, they have to know everything about your business. And it's hard to get someone like that. But you already had context from other companies. And then also ultimately you understood our business really fast. So when I wanted to build out, as an example, like the Airtable stuff that we're building, like all of those things, you could make your own changes that would be better without having to pass it through me, because you knew that it would be better to do things the other way around, just because you had so much context. So kind of like back to the question, working with you and getting stuff done with you has been extremely easy. It's been like we jump on a 15-minute call, we create a document with everything, a priority list of what we need to be like get done, and then it's like I don't have to see you for the next couple of days. We go on another call and it's done. So it's like it's been incredible. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's actually something I've really appreciated on like in the whole process. The communication between the two of us has been
Yeah.
amazing. I think so as well, and I also like the fact that I can just do my own thing. You tell me like this is what we need, and I can just like have a good time building stuff,
Yeah.
because that's what I enjoy. And to get more like specific for the viewer to get some more context, like what are some of the tangible results or some of the what you say like the specific
Mm.
outcomes that you have gotten from the systems we've built?
Yeah, the first thing is our B2C results. So we moved our entire structure. Now this is some this is some crazy sauce here, but we had all of our clients in separate sub accounts. We moved everything into one, and you were basically the one who connected everything with the make automations. Even though like we had the blueprints, we had to revise everything, and that's the number one thing. Like that's our entire approach. That's our entire business. How we call our leads, how that is structured, like the automations on the back end. Also, like the database that we have with all of the clients, we switched over pretty much everything from Google Sheets to Airtable. which is, in my opinion, way better. We had a couple of problems with it, but we essentially solved everything. So I would say that's the first thing. Well, the way we structure, pretty much the way we structure in our entire business. So we moved from having everyone on different sub accounts, all of our clients, into one. You built that out, and it was incredible. So that is the number one thing. Long term, that will probably make us millions of dollars additional, like over the next couple of years, because we're way more efficient. We're calling leads better. If we have a problem, let's say an automation is breaking, we fix it one time, we never have to fix it again. We don't have to fix it for 30, 100 different sub accounts. We go in one time, we fix it, it's done. So that alone solves for us. We don't have to have as many like team members. I do not have to have as many, as an example, like VAs that goes in and onboards people. Like our onboarding, 30 minutes, including creating the campaign, like easy. And that's just because it's now so centralized. The only thing we have to do is go into the sub account that we already have, add a couple of details. We have now a partner ready to rock and roll. That's the first thing. The second thing is also the tracking on the Airtable side. So we are really building out a better customer experience there as well. So now all of our clients, they will have their own dashboard where they can rate leads on a scale of like 1 to 5. So we basically book consultations for our clients. They can rate that lead on a scale of 1 to 5. And they can have their own dashboard with their metrics. So they can see like how much they're spending in ads, their ROI, their cost per booking, how many leads they're getting. Like they can see all of that. So instead of us having to maybe like go on a call with them, which takes a lot of time, they now have their own dashboard with all of their metrics. They can go in. We can also see now how happy the client is. If they're rating all of the leads 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, they're really happy. I know as like, or the PSM or like our team knows, we don't have to touch that client. We have to upsell them on more ad spend. And that's also something that helps a lot. So having the right tracking, and also for the client, which we're now doing on Airtable, which is awesome. That's also something. And then in addition to that, we're moving all of our master fulfillment sheet, which is basically where we see all of our clients in a list with all of their metrics for us, for like the media buyer, for the PSM, for maybe an ISA manager. They now see that on Airtable, which is way smoother. It looks better, and it's also like it just integrates way better. So we can like see all of the consultations in there. We can see how much they're closing. We can see the close rates of all of our clients. Like all of that stuff is now one centralized place. And maybe in the future as well, we will stop using Monday.com, which we use right now. We will maybe use Airtable. So then it's like we went from having 3 different platforms like Monday, Airtable, and what else?
Google Sheets.
Yeah, Google Sheets, to now just using one, which is Airtable. And that it's way better to just have one. I would rather have one than just hundreds of different platforms. So that's the main things. Yeah.
I totally agree, and I think you said the main things. Actually, you went quite in depth, I think. So that's awesome. So with all the stuff that we've built out, how do you feel like now we know what state you were at before I came in? So how do you feel like I have been able, or at least the systems that we have built together, have been able to move you from where you were at before to kind of where you want to be in the future, and also on the road to scaling to 250K?
Yeah, definitely. So during these past 2 months when we've been working with each other, we haven't been signing as many clients. However, that's a good thing, because we now have all of the systems, and it's like our product is so much better now that when we sign clients, we know for a fact that they will stay. Because in the past, like I've had a month, our top churn month when we shared the most was 36.7% or something.
I remember.
Which is, it's a lot. That's like you're losing almost half of your entire customer base, which is insane. So this will help with that. So even as of right now, like if I look from 1 month or from like when we started working to now, like I won't see that much difference. I won't see that much increase in terms of revenue. But the thing that I will see is I will see an increase in profit, because there was a lot of things that there was a lot of team members that I had before that I do not need anymore. So that's an immediate thing that I see. I will be able to see like an increase in profit this month, or this today's date is the July 31st, but in August I will be able to see way higher profits. And then also ultimately now when I have all of this set up, I'm more comfortable scaling. It doesn't feel like I'm scaling and everything's breaking and I'm stressed out, I'm doing everything. Now it's like I'm scaling, the systems are already built. I just do the sales, I onboard someone, it's automatic, and it's just like it's a smooth process. So it feels better scaling. It feels like I'm scaling sustainably and not just like a churn and burn. And that's the main things.
Okay, amazing, bro. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. And before we end this interview, and yeah, I want to ask you one thing, and it's for someone that's on the fence, buying something from me, or like someone that's on the fence. Okay, wait a minute. I have to cut this out. Um, how do you say this? Someone who's
Someone who's on the fence of starting with me, or someone who's on the fence of starting, or someone who doesn't know if they're
considering maybe.
yeah, considering someone
Yeah.
who's on the fence considering to get started with me or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, we'll try. Okay, so for someone considering starting like a partnership with me or working with me or just who's on the fence, what would you tell them?
I'd say definitely get started. And the thing is, this is also something I've noticed about you is if I pay you and I do not get the results I'm looking for, like you will go way and beyond. It's like if we have a discussion and it's like, hey, we need to get this or we need to do that, and like we need to get things done. It's not going as fast as I would like. Like the next day, you wake up. It's like Andreas has a Slack message to you, and it's like, hey, let's get on a call. You get on a call, and it's just built out everything in like one day. So it's I would definitely recommend it. And it's also just like not only in terms of the results that you produce, like the systems they actually build, but also like you're such a good culture fit because it's like in our team that we had a very very big team, or not a very very big team, but we had like 15 16 people, relatively big, especially for the size that we were then. And you helped a lot with the culture, because everyone, we had that really like that scaling culture.
Yeah.
And that's also something important. So it's not only because I had tech experts in the past that was like they were outside the business, in a sense they were like they were working on our business, but they were not really like they were working on our business, but they were not working with our business, like they were not working with our team. So now it's very different. People know that you're a part of the culture, and if you're on the fence, if you don't know if you're gonna get started with Andreas, I would 100% at least give it a try, and then see if the results speak for themselves. Because I'm 100% guaranteed that you'll be happy with the results. Absolutely.
Well, I can't say very much more. Thank you very much, Jim.
Of
And
course.
yeah, it's been amazing working with you, and really enjoy also getting you as a friend. You're an
Absolutely.
amazing person. You are a great leader, and I feel
Thank you.
like I learned a lot from you as well. So
Likewise. Likewise, my friend.
thank you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's wrap this off, and thank you for watching, everyone.
Boom. See you in the next one.